Hello, everybody. Now we are in another final stream that will stream the final match of the seventh online backgammon championship, and our commentator will be from US and our actually my backgammon hero Phil Simborg. So welcome, Phil. How are you?
I'm doing great, and sorry that I can't even be there live. I would love to be in Europe and in Turkey and Cyprus right now, but I'm stuck in lousy Florida, so I have to just put up with the sun and the sunshine here.
So it's nice to have you actually here in the stream. And actually, last time we meet you, it was the anniversary tournament in Istanbul. And just previous of that tournament, you joined our tournament also in Concord, Cyprus. It was really nice to meet you there. And we're going to make the final stream today between Tony Barnaba from Lebanon and Hakan Çınal from Turkey. First of all, I would like to give some information about the tournament, but we'll take Mr. Hussein, the director of the tournament, to the stream, and we'll ask him his opinions, and we'll let him to tell us some information about the tournament. He will going to speak Turkish, but then I will translate it to English. So I'm going to call him now, and we'll talk about it. Just a second now. Okay.
Alo.
Hüseyin merhaba.
Merhabalar.
Sesim geliyor mu?
Evet.
Tamam, harika.
Hazır mıyız?
Evet, biz hazırız. Şu anda yayını yapıyoruz. Ve turnuva ile ilgili senden biraz bilgi rica edeceğiz. Tabii ki turnuva ile ilgili Türkçe bir görüşme yapacaksın, konuşma yapacaksın. Sonrasında biz İngilizce çevireceğiz onu burada. Turnuva ile ilgili tabii bu arada biliyorsun Phil Simborg, değerli üstadımız Amerika'dan katılıyor yorumlara. Ne söylemek istersin turnuva ile ilgili?
Öncelikle finale yükselen arkadaşlarımıza öncelikle başarılar diliyorum. Güzel bir turnuva yaşıyoruz. Senin de emeklerine teşekkür ediyorum. Birbirinden çok değerli oyuncularımız katıldı. Pilsin Bırka'da katkılarından ve yayınımıza katıldığı için ona da teşekkür ediyorum. Güzel bir yayın olacağını düşünüyorum. Güzel bir maç yaşayacağız. İki oyuncumuza da başarılar. Hem Hakan Çınal'a ve Tony Barnaba'ya da başarılar diliyorum. Çok kısa birkaç bilgi vereceğim sevgili Cengiz. Hakan Çınal F grubundan 3 galibiyet, 4 mağlubiyetle 4. sırada çıkmıştı. Tony Barnaba da gruptan 5 galibiyet, 2 mağlubiyetle ilerledi ve Tony yukarıdan galipler tarafından yenilgisiz geldi. Hakan Çınal da Al gruptan ilerleyerek geldi. Üstten devam edip bir mağlubiyetle mağluplar grubuna düşerek devam etti. Final maçında bugün Hakan'ın yenilmeden 2 maç kazanması gerekiyor. Kendisine başarılar diliyorum. Bu arada üstadımız Pilsin Bırka'da katkılarından ve yorumlarından dolayı teşekkür ediyorum.
Ben teşekkür ederim.
Sormak istediğin başka bir şey var mı sevgili Cengiz? Yanıtlamamı istediğin?
Şu anda yok kardeşim. Biz gerekli yayını çalışmaları yapalım. Yayın sonrasında fırsat bulursak tekrar seninle tabii ki bir röportaj daha yapmak isteriz. Ona göre yayın sonrasında devam edeceğiz o zaman. Teşekkür ederiz katıldığın için.
Tamam, teşekkür ediyorum. Görüşürüz. İyi yayınlar diliyorum.
Teşekkür ederim. Bye bye. Okay, first of all, Hussein gave some information about the tournaments, 72 participants to join the tournament. There were 2 lose system. Tony Barnaba won the undefeated bracket and Hakan won the fighters bracket. So Hakan needs to win 2 times to be champion to get the title. And Tony Barnaba will be enough for him to win only the first match. And Hussein also passed his regards to our master Phil Simborg, that he so kind that he joined our comment tonight. So after the match, if we have some time, Hussein will also join us again to say his opinion. But for now, I would like to give some information about the players, because Tony Barnaba is one of the greatest player, grandmaster from Lebanon, and he has many titles in the World Backgammon Championship, in merit, and he is one of the grandmaster plays around 3 PR. That's very, where we think the Super Grandmaster Moshe plays around 2.5, so being a grandmaster for Tony is a great job, actually. Phil, what would you like to say about Tony? You make the Oslo comment when he was playing in the Super Jackpot in Monte Carlo. What would you like to say about him?
Yes, I did the commentary on the match. I was incredibly impressed. And of course, Tony has been a power in backgammon for many years. And anyone who plays under 3 PR, my guess is I doubt that there's more than maybe 10 or 15 players in the world that can consistently play at that level. So that makes him, in my opinion, one of the best 10 or 15 players in the world. And so he certainly would be favored. I do want to mention, you mentioned they were going to play possibly 2 matches. If Tony wins the first match, he's the champion. If they play a second match, first match is 13 points. If they play a second match, stay tuned. We'll have a delay, and then we'll play a 9-point match. So Tony has to be the big favorite because of his experience, and also because he only has to win one of the 2 matches to be the champion.
Yeah, so far Tony is the favorite in this match. Hakan is also a good player, but Hakan began to play international backgammon with international rules only last 2.5 years, and only few of the live tournament he joined. Then, because of the pandemic situation, he just played in the online tournaments. He has some titles also, but we'll see what will happen tonight, because why backgammon is so fancy game. Of course, we are not talking about the luck factors, but in backgammon, anything can happen. It will be an interesting match, I think.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see a Turk in the finals because I think Turkey deserves recognition for what it has done in the last several years in backgammon. There's several different associations and groups there that are very, very active. Fuat and Arda, of course, run great events and are very well known, and Hassan is doing a great job as well. But so many people in Turkey have converted from a traditional Tavla to learning how to use the cube and modern backgammon, and it's become a real powerhouse. And what I like most about it, I've been to Istanbul and Turkey several times, and Cyprus several times. The passion and the joy that the Turkish people have when they play the game, and the sportsmanship is just terrific. It's one of my favorite countries for backgammon. Some of my favorite students and people are there, and I'm just very, very. I almost wish I was Turkish to be a part of that. I'm so proud of what they've done there in the game of backgammon to promote it and the way they play. So I'm really, really excited. I'm almost rooting for them, but I have to stay impartial because I'm the commentator.
Yeah. Honestly, in Turkey there are millions of. It's more than 80 million population in Turkey, and we have millions of traditional backgammon players. And only last 15 years, international backgammon get more popular in Turkey. So maybe in next 5 or 10 years, Turkish player will show their, they'll upgrade their skill, and hopefully after Ali Cihangir Çetinel, the world champion, we'll have some more champions also that we can proud about them.
Well, I think Turkey has already proven their skill. Ali Seaton-Blin is a very strong player as well. I could probably name about 5 or 6 very, very, very top Turkish players that could play with anybody. So they've already proven the skill level, and it's just going to get more and more. It's like Japan came out of nowhere a few years ago. I think Turkey is the next evolving country in backgammon. It's going to be a superpower for many years to come.
Yes, because, as you said, actually not just in Turkey, but in the other Middle East countries also, traditional backgammon is playing with very patient. So trying to play in international backgammon rules, it's a bit difficult for them. But if they make that transition to the international backgammon, so in next few years, hopefully we'll see more exciting world championships, the tournaments. It will be so interesting.
Well, I think that's a good point. I had the honor of being the captain of the U.S. team in the World Team Championships in Trier, Germany, a couple months ago, and everybody was surprised that Romania won, but it shouldn't have been that big a surprise. They had a lot of really great players, but they beat out all the other top teams from all over the world. It was really exciting to see. So you're right that Middle Eastern area is really coming on strong.
Yeah. So hopefully one day we'll see the World Championship. Will be playing more than 1,000 players. Will be so interesting to see them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so I am going to tell the players to start their matches so we can continue of course, the match. Let's see. Okay. So Tony Bernaba will play as a nickname as Maestro, and Hakan Çınal will play with his name Hakan CNL. Let's check on the heroes to find them. Okay.
Gentlemen.
Okay. Okay, we are also ready. Okay, when I see here that their nickname that start, I'll tell you also, Phil, so you can also get in.
Yeah, I'm looking for the match. I don't see them in a room yet, or at a table.
Yeah, me either. Maestro is here. Hakan is also here too, but they didn't start their match. They can start. You can start. Okay. Okay, now their flag is set as available to play. It will be 13-point match, and Tony Bernaba If Tony wins the match, he will get the title, and if Hakan wins the match, then they're going to play 9-point the final match. So we are waiting for them to start. Yes.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
And I'm watching. Okay.
So, Phil, when you watch the match, in the bottom line, is Tony Barnaba or Hakan?
I'm seeing, let's see, I'm seeing Maestro on the bottom, so that would be Tony on the bottom.
Okay, on the top left corner you will see a menu because we designed the stream that Hakan plays on the bottom side. So if you just click on the menu on the top left and swap player, then Hakan will be on the bottom line.
Let's continue.
Okay. I have, yes, I have it switched now.
Okay, now Hakan is the bottom line, yeah?
That's correct.
Okay then, so it's 13-point match, and
I see they're playing with the clock as well. That's nice. I think that's very good.
yes,
And they use the standard settings of 2 minutes per match, so they have 26 minutes. And if you time out, you lose the match. I think that's excellent. All backgammon games should be timed, otherwise they can drag on and take forever. And I also think that the clock is great because part of the skill of the game is knowing how to manage the clock. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Hakan has, I think, a decent position, having made his opponent's 4-point. However, Tony has escaped the inner board and is winning the race. As you can see, he's up by 9 pips before this roll. So the race is about even. In situations like this, a lot of people make a mistake in Tony's position of doubling, but you never double, almost never double, a high anchor game unless the race is really well in your favor, or unless your opponent's board is crashed and you're likely to get a shot. So the race is the critical factor going on here. As I said, the reason you don't double is because your opponent can always get back in the race. And we just saw that with a double 6. And now all of a sudden the race has changed. This should be a double and a pass. Up 13 pips in the race. I would pass if I were Tony. It's a very simple game. He's not likely to get a shot here, and he's down way too much.
New game.
And as I astutely predicted, it was pretty a simple prediction that would be a double and a pass. A simple racing game. We now know definitively when you double and when you pass with various formulas developed mostly by, I think Walter Trice has done the best job of those. Is the Trice formula. And I also use the Keith count, which is a variation of that, and eyesight, which is another formula. So if you don't know these racing formulas, you're going to have a real problem knowing when to double and when to take in racing situations. But that makes it fairly easy.
Yeah, counting the pip count is actually one of the most important thing in international backgammon because leading the race gives you a really good opportunity. If you don't have a contact position, then it will be easy to double. So counting the pip counts is very important.
Now we see on the right, we see that there is a list of the moves. It doesn't give an evaluation though, does it?
When you click on it, you can see all details, or if you just hold your cursor on the moves.
Oh yeah, it was a double and a pass. I see that. That's great.
Yeah.
So it's getting, I think it's using GNU, which is not bad. It's not as good as Extreme Gammon, but it's pretty good and it's pretty fast. So it's a pretty big solid double and a pretty big solid pass, according to GNU.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into this game. Again, we're into a fairly almost no contact position, and we again have a. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking back at the previous. The current. We have a double 3. We have a double 3 for black here.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, he's well up in the race, so his game plan is to race. I like this play of coming all the way out. I like this play of racing. I think you should race when you're racing. I think this is right.
Yeah.
But he's going to get hit, which means it was wrong. And of course, Tony hits and makes a point. He rolled a real joker. Double three was a very, very big roll. He wanted any three, but to get a double three to be able to hit and make the point is excellent here. I would certainly make the 3 point.
Lucky.
It was a very big roll. I heard the word lucky. I think the computer said that. I can't stand it when my opponent says that, but I rolled a good roll. I hate to hear him say, oh, you were lucky or you rolled a good roll. I don't even want to hear that. So they make a computer do it, so they insult you right away. Now, with a score of 1-0, you don't change your strategy or play at all. Match to 13. Your take points are pretty much the same as money. Your take points about 25% with a dead cube and about a 21.5 or so live cube. Gammon values are still around 0.5. These numbers I'm throwing out, if you don't know what they mean and you're not familiar with it, then that means you need to do some study and learn more about match play, because it's greatly different than money play when you start getting into different values of when you take and when you pass and gammons. Okay, Tony's playing more of like a blitzing game, trying to close him out. This double four is tricky. It's great to make the 4 point, but it's also great not to have a blot. I agree with this play. I would not leave the blot. A 4 is a good roll here. And again, I wouldn't leave another blot. 6 to 5 is what I like here, which is what he played. Now the question is, does Tony have a cube? Because he's got so many numbers. This might be right, coming in on the ace because he gets attacked too much on the 4 point. But he's going to, it's a great shot for Tony.
Amazingly lucky.
Amazingly lucky, the computer says. Boy, I hate that.
Actually, if you want to switch off the sounds, you can also use the menu again over there. You can switch off all the sounds if you want.
I see. I'll leave it out for now because I like the clicking of the dice. And I actually like to hear that. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, me too, actually. I like the voice also.
Well, I really like Tony's position here. When you're holding the ace point like this, it's not a real great game, and he's leaving blots here. This is probably going to be a double. I'm not sure whether or not it'll be a take or not. Depends on this move. I like this move, by the way, but I don't know. I think you might be passing anyway. But I certainly turn the cube here. If I'm Tony, I'm doubling here almost with any play. A hit here would be very devastating. So he loses his market real big, even if he just comes in without hitting. I think this is a double, and the take I think is questionable.
Your opponent doubles.
Good double, Tony. You listened to me. And I probably would have passed that. I'd like to see what the computer said. Computer said it is a take, but small.
It's a small take, but the gammon chances, I think it's not that little. So
yeah, I probably would have made a mistake and passed that cube. One reason I pass is I don't care whether I'm losing 1-0 or 2-0, but I think there's more gammons here than I would like. I would have passed. But that's one of the reasons that I'm not a grandmaster. I'm just not that good. Those who can do and those who can't teach. I'm a pretty good player, but I'm not at Tony's level. Of course, it was Hakan that took that cue, but I like the double.
Phil, I think there is some echo in your microphone. So if you don't mind to switch your sound a little bit, reduce your sound, please.
How's that?
Or
I turned on the sound on my computer.
So
Did that
the
get
watchers
rid of the
are
echo?
writing about it. So
How's that?
evet arkadaşlar, bir bakarsanız şu andaki ses durumu nasıldır diye Phil'in. So they will right now, so I'll let you know.
Okay, this is a very simple situation, except that now Hakan has got to really worry about getting gammon here. I would be tempted to run with one checker there, and he did. And I would continue to run. If you leave one back, might well get a shot here, and he does. He needs to hit the shot. This is, I think, he hit off the ace point here because you win more gammons and make him come in behind you, so there's fewer. Okay, this is actually not a bad roll at all, even though he missed. He's got enough pips to get off this gammon, probably.
Yeah, at least he will save the gammon.
How's the sound, Cengiz? Is it good?
Yeah, they were.
I can switch to headphones if I have to.
Do you have your headphone?
Yeah, I can switch to headphones.
Yes, please, if you don't mind. Evet, kulaklığı kullanacak arkadaşlar. Phil. So it's 2-1 for Tony now. Okay, Phil, you hear me?
Unlucky. Your opponent doubles.
Phil?
Okay, I'm on headphones now. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, it's okay now. So probably they'll write us if it's okay. So using headphone is better because the voice of the microphone reflects. Okay, so double, another double, it's pass, and let's see what's that. Double pass is the right decision.
So the echo's gone down. You can hear me okay?
Okay, they didn't write anything yet, but seems that it's okay. Arkadaşlar, ses durumu nasıl? Okay, it's still a little bit echo, but it's better than before now, so we can continue. Phil, thank you.
I have to do it this way so I can hear you as well. So we should have done this before we started. Next time we will.
Okay.
Okay, so 3-1, Tony winning. Again, I would have to roll out that last position to be sure. I really didn't like the take there, but again, I could have been wrong. This is pretty clear. You make your. Oh, I don't like this play. I make the 20 point here. It's very strong. That has to be the right play. It's called the golden point for a reason. When you make the 20 point or your opponent's 5 point, it's golden. You're in the game till the end. He can't make his 5 point if you made it, and he already has the 4 point. So I think that was a much stronger play.
Yeah. 6-1.
6-1 gets really tricky. I come off the 21. Which is what he did. I like this play.
Moving from the back checker is better in this kind of position, but this is now, yeah, as you said, moving from 21 from the back checker.
Yeah, I like that he looks at both plays. There's nothing wrong. You've got time, and look at both plays and see how it looks. He's looking at a third play, but I really don't like throwing a checker down to the 2 point and stripping the 8 point. I wouldn't commit myself to a 4-5. I don't call that a back game. I call that a double anchor game. And I don't like a high anchor game and have to commit to it. I would have been happy to just hold the 20 point and come off the 4.
And it's so also Hakan doesn't have enough timing for the back game, isn't it?
Very good point. Timing is everything in the back game.
Yeah. Double four.
Again, this is going to hurt his timing even more.
Making the 4 points seems better. 6-5 for Tony.
So Tony has a huge lead in the race. He would like to just not get hit and bring his checkers home as safely as possible, but he doesn't want to leave a double shot here, but leaving a single shot makes his throws checkers pretty low. I still don't think I leave a double shot. I like this play. Just leave him a 6 or a 7 as opposed to, yeah, this is my play. And he gets away with it, doesn't get hit. I still don't think he has enough to double. There's just way too much chance to leave a shot, even though he's way up in the race. So I would not double him. Tony didn't either. This is a tough play, but I would make the 1 and the 2 points. I don't think Hakan has enough to double here. Even if he hits, Tony's favored to come in 20 out of 36 times, and he might not hit. So it wasn't quite enough to double there. Although he stopped and think about it. There's nothing wrong with stopping and thinking about it. That's something you should always do every play.
Yeah.
See, even after this hit, he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a long way to go.
He has some broken prime over there because 2 checker on 2 and the 3.3 is empty. So, and also Tony has anchor on 7 points. So doubling for Hakan is not a good idea for now.
Very good. Very good analysis. I'm not that afraid of leaving a shot here because Tony's board has a blot and doesn't have the higher points made. So I wouldn't be playing this safely here. I would be playing more aggressively. I don't like that 5 at all. This makes sense to me, or come in with the 5. I don't know. I don't like the hit with no covers. I like this play.
He doesn't
Not quite that play.
he doesn't have spare checker there, so playing.
I don't hit off the ace here. I don't know that that's the right play. If you get hit back, you're not happy. If you don't get hit back, you throw the checker down to the ace. I didn't like that hit.
2-1.
That's an interesting play. Most people wouldn't even see. Now I would double.
Yes.
He's got way too many market losers. It might even be too good. But 1s and 3s hit, 5s cover, 6s hits, a second checker. It's clearly a double. And Tony, this is such an ugly game, I would give it up. And he did. Yeah. I love playing with an old friend of mine, one of the great players, David Wells. He doesn't describe games mathematically that much. He just says, this is just too ugly, or this is too pretty. And it's another approach to backgammon, the visual approach. Of course, he's good enough to make the mathematical approach too, but it simplifies the game. If you're really an ugly game, get out of there. If you got a really pretty game, double.
Yeah, I like it too. You know, when I read Paul McReon's book, that he says that put the checkers where they belong to. So if it's ugly, then it's not belong there. So,
Yeah, McGrill is certainly will always be considered one of the great thinkers of the game ever. I miss him. He was a good friend of mine. He worked with me as a teacher, and he taught me. One of the other things I like what McGrill said is he says he listens to the checkers and they tell me where they want to be.
yeah.
And I don't think he was kidding. I think he really heard them talking.
You know, I met Paul McReal at Merit Tournament last time that he joined there. It was a big honor for me to meet him because Paul McReal and you two are my heroes in backgammon. So I met you, and I met also Paul McReal. It was a great honor, honestly.
Well, I'm honored that you would say that, but I'm certainly not going to put myself in the category of a Paul McGrill, but thank you for saying that anyway.
Yeah, but
okay, let's get back to this game.
Yes.
This is what we call a mutual holding game. It certainly is better to be on your opponent's 20 point than to be on the 22 point. So this does give Tony an advantage. Easier for him to run and get out. He has better outfield coverage for the 20 points. So I give Tony the advantage in that respect. But he is losing the race, and we should never forget about the race. You mentioned it early, Genghis, about the importance of knowing the pip count. And everybody, especially with this pandemic, we're not playing live as much as we'd like, and we're forgetting how to count pips. I've got 2 videos on YouTube if you search for them on pip counting. One by Jeremy Shear, where I use methods that he came up with that are really great, and another one of colorless counting, which will help you count pips very quickly and accurately live over the board. It's a very important skill to master. And I practice it all the time online by turning off the pip count when I play.
Okay. One of them is half crossover technique, isn't it?
You can just search on YouTube on my channel, Phil Simborg has a channel, and search for pip counting. This is really tough. I don't even know if you should hit here. He's up so much in the race, and the odds of getting hit back are too bad. I probably would avoid the hit completely. It's ugly, but there he goes. That was, I think, the right play. That's why he should not have left 3 blots. I didn't see the play exactly. If he could have avoided the 3 blots, then he would have been able to hit.
Yeah, and also, you know, when you are hitting the race, you don't need to play aggressive. So just play control the game.
That's right. When you're up in the race, race.
Yeah.
All right, I'm starting to like Tony's position now, just because of his odds of getting a shot here are very, very strong.
2-1. So what about
winning the race is not that big an advantage anymore. Now he has less timing to play these checkers. So I'm starting to like Tony's position very much.
Oh,
except if you roll a joker.
Double 5.
Yeah, that could be a game ender. Let's see. I would double, and I would probably pass here. Any 6 is pretty devastating. There he goes, double pass.
Yeah, that's amazing joker, honestly.
The score says 3-3. I really disagree with the way backgammon is scored. It should say 10 away, 10 away. We should, because the away score, how many points you need to win, is all that matters in backgammon. I really think we should change the scorecard and change everything to show the away score. In fact, I even made a scorecard that did that, but the tournament director wouldn't let me use it, saying that I'm saving a computation step. But again, I disagree. Every other game, look how tennis scores, 15, 30, 45. I mean, you score the way the game is scored. And the reason I'm bringing this up is the important thing to know is that how many points you need is going to determine all of your strategies.
Yeah. And honestly,
okay, we have a blitzing situation here. And this is obviously a great position for Hakeem to be in. And I think I would double here and put some pressure on Tony. And this is very, very gammonish for Tony. I'm not sure it's a take because of the blot on his bar point as well. I'm not sure I take this. I think I probably would pass it. I don't see sixes and twos hit, threes cover.
The only point, Hakan has two checker on ace point. I don't know. It's still too much to go. But
it's quite possible that Tony would anchor here. I'm sure his winning chances are pretty high, but I think the gammons might be the difference. Yeah. Obviously, he's having a problem with this. He's taking his time, which he should. But I see twos and sixes to hit. I see threes and fives to cover. And when you don't hear any duplication in those numbers, that makes the position much, much stronger for Hakim.
Yeah. And Hakan doesn't have any bet roll here now. Whatever he rolls, he doesn't have any bet rolls.
Yeah. Well, Tony knows he's probably going to anchor, and if he anchors after holding the cube, you've got a fairly decent game. And we know it's a very, very negative thing. You pointed it out, that Hakim has the ace point, and that's not good. But still, this kind of a blitz, there's a lot of luck involved here, and whether he anchors, whether he hits, whether he covers. And if I'm the better player, that's another reason I pass games that are highly gammonish, where there's a lot of luck. But he took, and I'm sure he's probably right technically to take this. But here's a hit and cover with two checkers up now. I'm sure he wishes he hadn't taken. No. That's the wrong play. Go ahead and hit and cover. The 4-point doesn't have much more value than the 3-point when you're blitzing. In fact, it might even be better to make the 3-point. You have more covers for the 4-point. This has to be right. And Tony is rewarded for his bravery by rolling a great, great roll. Immediately anchoring on the 4-point. He's now holding the cube, having a high anchor, having a decent game. His opponent has the ace point. Tony's thrilled that he took the cube. One roll ago, he was pretty sick that he took the cube. That's backgammon. The whole thing can change hugely with one roll. That's why we love this game.
Yeah.
In poker, you've got to wait for that last hole card for the game to swing big. This game swings every roll possibly. So that's another reason I think this is such a great game. I'm not knocking poker, but picture a poker game that's not played for a lot of money, and you won't see very much excitement in a poker game. Backgammon, whether there's money or not, it's a great, exciting game. That's why so many kids enjoy playing it. That's why we're teaching kids to play. You don't have to be a gambler to love this game.
Yeah.
Of course, I have played for money once or twice in my life, and that's kind of fun too.
Yeah. And every single roll is adrenaline. So in one time, dice are your best friend, and the next time your biggest enemy. So always high adrenaline to roll the dices.
Yeah. Here's another great roll by Tony. He hits and I think makes the 4-point. Oh, 2-1. I thought it was double one. Yeah. Hitting is great here. And I wouldn't lift the 9 to 7. I would play 23, but he did to reduce shots. And look at that. He got rewarded. I would have been hit on the 16. I would have left the blot there.
4-2.
I would keep coming up. You got to put pressure on that prime and not stay back. He made the right play. Gets pointed on. Gets rewarded for making the right play. Dances. It's not a recube yet. Not when you're losing the race and you've got 3 checkers back to bring around. I don't think it's a redouble yet. Would be an easy take. But now, whoop, the double 2. If he hadn't come in there, you've got a big position. But coming in on the 2 is the best thing that could have happened to Hakan. I think you bring 13-11 3 times, yeah.
So this is really avoids the being gammon also. Actually,
this is an exciting redouble to me. I'm not sure I would have caught it, but at the same time it makes sense because it's a scary take. But I'm taking this. I'm not sure I would have doubled it, and he's rewarded for taking it. You know, if Tony doesn't roll a 3, He redoubled that awfully quickly too, and I wasn't even sure about the redouble there. That was a real gambling redouble, I think. 3 checkers to bring around. In fact, I would almost bet that wasn't a redouble.
Yeah, double is a blender.
What's shocked me is that Tony did it so quickly. I think you have to hit loose here. Otherwise, you're going to get slaughtered on the other side. I like that play. I think you have to do that. No. 11-2 is, I think, is forced here. If you don't, you're going to get hit with 1s, 3s. No. Okay.
Yeah, 11-2.
11-2 is I think is forced.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with looking at other alternatives. He's got plenty of time on the clock. He'll find it. There it is. That's it.
That's it.
Pick up the dice.
Actually, hitting here is it's necessary, because even if you don't hit, he will play aggressive on your checker on the Tony's home board. So
yep,
hit should be certain.
I would have hit twice there. I like the double hit. You win lots more damage. You stop him from anchoring. His board isn't that good. I think the double hit's right here.
Yeah. That's my
Tony's looking at the safer play. Oh, I would not have done that. I would have double hit for sure.
Yeah, I think so, because, you know, it was a really big gammon chance here, and the cube is on 4, so getting 8 points is a big market here.
Well, Tony's a grandmaster, so maybe he's right. Again, that's another one I'd like to see in XG. The other side of the coin is by playing the way he played, even if things go wrong, he's in pretty good shape, which is what's happening. But
three, two.
the whole key to this game for Hakata is, can he roll 1 and 6 and get out of there? He certainly isn't going to leave any shots. You got to make the 5 point. I don't think the 2 is that critical, but there's small percentages of advantages from every play. I like this play. I like this play better. It unduplicates your 6's some, because your 6, you're certainly coming out. This is 1s you come up now. 1-6 is easy. You come out, up and out. And
4-3. So
if he had danced there, you'd probably have a recube, because he came in. Now it gets to be tough. Make both points. Make the 8 and the 7.
Yes. 4-1.
He rolled a 6. He turned it around.
Yes.
He's not going to give him the outside joker, but he's going to have to next time unless he doubles him out. But I like the split because of this. Now what does he do? I still think it's. I still think it might well be a double and a pass. I like the double here. Oh, you're doubling to 8. Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
I'd like, if I was playing Tony, I'd double here in a second, because I know I'm playing a grandmaster, and I know he wouldn't like to see an 8 cube in a match like this now. So if there are no other reason that I know it is going to aggravate my opponent, that's the aggravation. I call it Simborg's law. Do whatever you can to aggravate your opponent. I think an 8 cube here would not feel very good if I was Tony. No, sir. You're just going to have to play quietly. I wonder if Tony would have taken that cube or passed. That's why I think it was a double.
Yeah, I think so. Doubling there against, if you know that your opponent is Grandmaster, which you can shorter the match point, is better for sure. But it was very interesting position. It's
yeah. I would double here also. Same reason. First of all, well, of course, now if you roll a 7, you got a blot there. Yeah, this is clearly the right play. You don't clear the 7 point. Go ahead and leave him the 7 shot.
Yeah. Now he has to think about cube, isn't it?
I love that play by Tony.
Yes, he did it.
Now the double. The problem is if he hits loose, he gives him a shot. This is a tough one, but I would pass it if I were Tony. If you get hit, you have to roll a 2. If you don't get hit, you better hit next time. He took.
Wow.
That's a very, very interesting cue. 6 to 5 is the last one. You don't leave a direct shot.
So
Double 5s misses. He's playing for maximum shots. Tough position for Tony to be in. I like that cube a lot. I liked it to roll before.
I just take this note, and after the match, I really like to check the extreme about the cube.
Oh yeah,
decisions.
The cube action in this game. I did not like Tony's cube before, and I wasn't sure he had to take at 8. So, and I thought Hakeem should have doubled earlier. No, don't give him a direct shot. You're still up, way up in the race. You just don't give a direct shot here, and you just hope. Oh, he rolled an 8. That's what makes backgammon so great. That's why he's a grandmaster. He knew he was going to roll the 8.
So redouble now.
And it's going to be a big pass.
Yes, big pass.
Even though you're down 11 to 3, your equity in winning the match is pretty low. I'd have to use Neil's numbers to figure it out, but probably only wins the match maybe 8 or 9 or 10% of the time. But he could take the cube and play for the match, and I don't think he could win this 8 or 9 or 10%. So I think it's a clear pass. This game, maybe he'll win it, what, 4%? Closed out, maybe it could be 8%, but still nowhere. I don't think anywhere near enough to take this cube.
No.
What an exciting game. And Tony really was not afraid to gamble and play it big. Guy's got heart. By the way, he's a nice guy. I really enjoyed talking with him in Monte Carlo and elsewhere. Okay, Tony's got a monster lead in this match now. And an interesting thing about this score, the computers used to get this wrong. But the modern computers, Extreme Gammon and GNU, and I think Snowy might have gotten it right, understand now that this is a gammon go, gammon save situation. By gammon go, that means that the player who's trailing should be playing extra aggressively to try to win gammons. That's his best chance to get back in the match. And Tony should be playing more like gammon save. He should be happy to grind out the match and win 1 point at a time. He doesn't really care that much about winning gammons. Pure gammon go, gammon save would be at the end of the match, 1 away, 2 away Crawford. But any score where it's lopsided like this, and I learned this before computers from Joe Sylvester taught me that was his approach, even before the computers said it was right. Anytime you're way behind, play more aggressively. You've got to try and gamble more and win gammons. So that should be Hakan's approach and Tony's approach as well. Boy, I love to see the cube action in that last game. That was exciting.
Yeah, 6-1.
I like this hitting off the 5 point instead of the 7. No, you hit off the 7 point. With an ace, I hit off the 5 point. But he's hitting with a 6. Why not hit outside, not leave a direct shot, and get a third checker back? I don't like this play. But Tony did. So he's a grandmaster. I'd like to find out why he hit off the 5 instead of off the 7 with that 6. I didn't like that. That's out of my range, that play.
Yeah, it's 2-1, 5-1.
It's often right when you roll a 1 because you don't want to strip your 8 point, but with a 6, I haven't seen that. And he played it pretty quickly. Maybe he just missed it, or maybe I'm wrong.
Actually, his move is the first move that he hit the.
Oh, I see it now. You're right. 0.015 is the difference, so you'd have to roll it out. I'll have to give that more thought as to why that's right. I guess it's better if you get away with it and you don't get hit back, you have your 5 point. Pretty even game here. Lots of people would double this one because they're way behind, but it's such an easy take. It would be a mistake to double, so I like his decision not to double this, but he stopped and thought about it. For those of you who may not be that experienced in backgammon, if you think your opponent has a take, and that's Woolsey's law, ask yourself first if you think your opponent has a take. The only real major reason to double is if you think you're going to lose your market, if he's going to pass next time too often. And I didn't see too many sequences where Tony would pass on the next roll, so that's why it was wrong to double there. I like this thinking.
Yeah.
Six three is not the joker that he wanted. It makes the 2 point. He was hoping for a hit there. Making the 2 point is not a bad alternative. Still, I don't think this is a double, even at this score. But this is a great roll. You make the bar, and you've got a heck of a game here. Now you probably have a double next roll with any reasonable sequence. That's a big play. I think that's too big. I don't think you need to make that play. You're giving Tony the 3s. You make the bar for sure.
He doesn't need it, actually, to give a bluff over there. So making the 7 point, then double and probably pass.
I would play 9-8, only double 4. I'm sorry, 3-4 and 3. It might be right to play 11-9. Yeah, 11-9 is good because you don't have 5s on the other side of the board. I like this play, and you can't get hit here. Good play.
Yeah.
Now, depending on what Tony rolls, there could be a cube going. Oh, Tony rolled a great roll.
Yeah.
That would stop my cube. And he rolled quickly, of course. I would not do this. I think it's time to run.
Yeah. Moving.
You might not get a 6 next time and you crash. You have to run here.
Yes.
Timing is everything. I would hit and not switch. If I were Tony, of course, then you got to think about the cube. Would you take the cube? When you hit loose, you get gammon more. It might be harder to take. But I'm passing with almost every play here. I would certainly double as Tony here, as Hakan. Oh, he missed this double, I think. I think this is a real high-pressure double. If he hits, he loses his market terribly. If he doesn't hit, Tony might still crash. I don't think he thought he was too good, but winning 1 point instead of 2 here is not that big. I would have doubled before the 1-6. Is there a way to check that?
I think so. He missed he lost the market over there.
Yeah, but is there a way to check and see if that was a double by looking at the computer?
Okay.
I certainly would have doubled when Tony hit off the ace, especially at this score when you're losing 11-3. I don't think this slot is necessary at all. Give Tony a chance to roll a 4 and get back in the game. Tony's pretty much dead anyway.
Yeah, and in the race, he is leading the race, so he doesn't need to take some risk to give a shot to Tony.
Yeah. You do win more games with a play like this, but I just don't think it's worth it. That's my play. I did not like that hit. I could be wrong.
No.
He's punished for it. We'll see what happens.
18-7 is the right move. Oh.
Wow.
Interesting
right.
doubles. Interesting.
That's a desperation double. Oh, it's interesting though. Tony's got to get those checkers out or crash. He may have weavered him. He may have put him into a position where he could finally take and then doubles. It's an interesting process. Tom Weaver came up with the idea of not doubling when he's passing, so you can hope and wait and get him to take. I think that's maybe what happened here.
5-4.
This could be a genius double if Tony doesn't roll a 3 anytime soon. That's interesting, that 5-1. Some people might clear the 6 point, but you don't want to have 6. Oh, there's a 3. That's big. And you can see Tony's willing to leave the shot. His only hope is to get those checkers out of there. So that was right. He's got to get another 3. There he got it. Oh my God, a 3 and a 4. Wow. This 6 was huge. 6-1, huge.
6
What a swing.
Yeah.
Wow. I hope neither of these guys ate before the match because they'd be throwing up now watching some of these rolls. If anything tests your stomach muscles, backgammon does.
That's for sure. 4-1.
Oh my goodness, what a turnaround. Tony had this game nailed. Until that 6-1, that was such a monster roll to come in and hit there. There's been several big, huge swings in this match. Very exciting.
It was so close to finish the match, actually.
But I love the passion. Both players played with such guts and such passion. I love it. Now, I know Tony's a grandmaster. I've disagreed with several of his plays. That will probably tell you why he's a grandmaster and I'm not. But I can't wait to see, especially the cube action in that one game. I didn't disagree with many of Tony's plays. But I'm going to learn from this match. I'm sure I'm wrong and he's right. And I'm going to study this match and learn a lot more. That's the beauty of having these. And we'll be able to actually download the match. Anybody can download it, look at it, examine the plays. I'll use this as a lesson for myself.
I'll send you the XG file after the match.
Can't wait. So we're going to have more game here. This is a close play. I would take 2 checkers off. I hate this stacking all the checkers down low. I would take 2 checkers off here. Because any six by Tony, he could easily get back in this game. This race is not solid. I don't like that play. Take 2 off. All right. Again, I might be wrong, but I would have taken 2 off there.
Yeah, me too.
Now you take 2 off for sure.
He has to be greedy to be off the checkers. 6-2.
Yeah, the computer says 2 off is right. I just checked it.
Yeah.
So there's 1 for Phil. I got 1 right. I think I got 1 right before on that 6-5 where you don't hit. That was also correct not to hit.
Actually, analyze between GNU and Extreme. Sometimes, it's a change. I have seen it because some moves Extreme accepted, but some moves GNU makes it blender. No, it's
well, a very, very careful study was done comparing GNU to XG, and XG is considerably better. There's no question which one's better. XG costs money at $60, but I think it's the best $60 you'll ever spend. Of course, I have a financial interest in XG, so I want to be sure and tell people that in advance. I help develop it, and I get something when you sell it and you buy XG. But it's clearly better.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of other features and easier to use.
In Cyprus, most of my players, we are using XG here. Because if you get 5 players to buy XG, then you're going to play only 36 US, not 60. If you buy only 1, then it's 60. But 5 players, they can buy it for 36 US.
Oh, that's very good. You also can get a discount actually if you join most federations, because Xavier supports the federations very much and is willing to give a discount for that. Okay, back to backgammon here. We have a cube that I like very, very much. I think it's a great cube. And I think it might be a take. I think it's a double and a take at this score.
I think what's happened my screen? I still see that Tony has to play 5-4.
Oh, I'm seeing a cube.
Oh, now yeah, it's okay. So yeah, this is.
Yeah, he took. I thought it was a very good cube, especially at this score. I don't like that 5. I make the 8 point. No, yeah, make the 8 point to me is 4-3. I'm sorry. I thought he had a 5-3.
Yeah. No, making the 20 point is more strong than this one, I think.
Well, yes, and then I come down, or no, come up or down, doesn't matter. I probably would come off the 7. You get hit twice less. Now getting hit twice is big for Tony. He's back in the game. 3-1 hits again. There's a very good roll. Well, it's not that good. The last one is tough.
Yeah, I can play this, shifting from 5.
Yeah, I think the shift might have been right. The shift and then come in, put him on the bar.
6-2.
So he needs, I'm always looking for duplication. He needs a 5 to hit there. There's no duplication in this number. I hate this. I hate going to the ace. I'd probably play 24-18. That's my play. It's the action play. I don't like having that checker out of play on the ace.
Yeah. 24-18.
Tony could also have made the 2 point there, but he's playing for the outside prime. I don't know. Making the 2 point might have been the right play there. This is clear. You make the 18 point. It's a very good roll, actually, to make the 18 point. I would have been tempted to make the 2 point with the 6-4.
3-1. 4-2. Yes, Hakan has a strong home board now, so Tony probably play the safe.
Yeah, he's got to play safe. This is ugly.
Yeah, 5-4.
I'm playing 20-11. I'm playing big. I don't care that much about getting gammon at this score. You're in bad shape losing 2 points. Anyway, well, 2 points is the match. Gammons mean nothing. Yeah, I would have come off the 20 point here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, moving from 20 to 11 is the right move, because you don't need to worry about being gammoned. So.
Yep.
And this is match point for Tony, of course. So whatever Hakan do, he has to play to win this game.
Yeah, I would have played off of the 20. I don't know if it's right or not, but my gut reaction is that gives you the most contact.
It was right. 20-11 was the right move.
Oh, it was right. Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes 3 of those. And 3 moves that I got right this match.
Actually, more than 3, but.
All right, you can make the ace point or just play quietly. You can make the bar. Hitting is scary because you can get hit back and the board's too good, so I don't hit. I just play quietly here.
And he's leading the race, so he doesn't need
Yeah, this is my play, and I bring the 2 down 13 to 10. I don't know what else there is. I think you have to just play 13 to 7 twice.
This is really ugly. Actually,
He's thinking maybe 2 more downs. He's thinking about not making the 7 point because it's a point that you don't want to have to clear. But I think it's harder to clear the 10. I think this play is clear. I think this is the play.
Yeah.
It's easier to bring home making your 7 point. Again, the fact that Tony's having problems with it means that maybe it is a tougher play than I think. But this play was pretty clear to me.
Some people, when they roll jokers like 3-3 something, they are happy, but unfortunately, that jokers are the toughest games to play, moves to play. So
yeah, bringing 4 down to the 10 was a reasonable option, I think, and it might have been right. I don't know, but I certainly don't hit. No, I don't. I stay back here. I don't come out because I have got to get a shot.
Okay, in the mentality of the backgammon, if you are behind the race, you have to keep your checkers behind, not to make it race. So keeping the checker on the 2 point, I think it's important.
Yeah, I would have played to the 2 point, slotted by 2 point.
Now he can duplicate the force.
Yep, I agree. Not looking very good for Hakeem.
Yeah.
Hakan, I'm sorry, Hakan. Well, you don't hit. You come off the 6 point with 2. I think that's pretty clear. I think you stay on the 16 point and just move off the 8. Get more shots with 6-2, for example, would be an anti-joker. And now 6-2 is not as bad. Well, yeah, it still leaves a shot. I like staying there. He's thinking about minimizing shots, so if he moves to the 13, he gets hit less, and getting hit here could hurt. But again, he doesn't have to worry about gammons. This is my play. Properly punished. You leave double 4s here. I always look for duplication. Leave that checker on the 9 point, because there's fewer ways to roll double 4 than a 4-3 or a 4-5.
6-3.
Now, it's a real debate. It's whether you leave 3 checkers on the 6 point there, but when gammons don't matter, he made the right play. If gammons mattered at all, you would have made the other play, and he ended up leaving a shot. That's the match. That is the match. Can't wait to see the XG. Congratulations to Tony, a well-deserved win. He is a great player. And look at Hakan, immediately says congratulations and thank you. And Tony thanked him as well. Great sportsmanship. That's, again, what I love about the Turkish players. And Tony, being from Lebanon, has always been a great sport.
Yeah, it was a 13-point match, but it doesn't last as long as we were expecting. So now we'll get the match file. Save it.
Should people stay tuned and see the match file? Are you going to show that, or what are we doing?
I will show it on the YouTube, but first I will just get here and go to. So the match is over, but first I will talk to the players. I'll take them to the stream and make some interview while we are analyzing on XG. So we're going to call Hakan first. First, congrats, Tony. Congrats, Hakan. Okay, I'm going to call Hakan now, and let's see what will he say. So, what do you think about the match, Phil?
Well, I think that one game with the cube action got to 8 is the whole key to the match, obviously. And I really want to see what the cube action was there. I didn't like Tony's cube to 4, and again, I could be wrong. The cube to 8, I wasn't sure Tony had a take, and he won it. That was the whole match. And when Hakan gave the cube to 8, I would have given it sooner. So I really want to see that and learn from it, learn from all of it. I learn every day. I've been playing the game 65 years. That's why I don't have too much experience, and I have to still study this game to get better. That's the beauty of backgammon. Even Mochi, Mochi and I are very good friends. We give boot camps together. We work together. He's one of my teachers from the Backgammon Learning Center. He's constantly trying to improve his game, constantly finding areas of the game that he doesn't fully understand, and he's the best in the world. So that's backgammon. You just never stop learning, and the more you learn, the more you study, the more interesting and the more fun the game is. And of course, you win more too. Okay, I tried to get back to the YouTube channel so I can watch. I'm having trouble finding that.
Don't open the YouTube yet because maybe the voice can be mixed again.
Okay.
I'll send you the XG file now. It's analyzing now. I'll send you by email, so we'll both open the XG at the same time, and people also will see it on the screen too, so we can talk on it.
All right.
Okay, it will be because there's some time differences between the YouTube and the stream.
Okay, and of course YouTube is, XG is analyzing it now. It can analyze a 13-point match like this probably in less than 5 minutes using standard.
I analyze it.
Standard rollout.
Analyze is finished, so I'll call Hakan now. I'll take him to the stream field and I'll ask his opinions.
And you're going to send me the match?
Sorry?
I'm waiting for you to send me the match.
Yes, I'll send you a match to you now on email, by email immediately.
Merhabalar.
Hakan nasılsın?
İyi, teşekkürler siz.
Sağ ol, teşekkür ederim kardeşim. Tebrik ederim final için. Yani kolay bir rakip değildi. Zor bir rakipti. Ama yani Tony Grandmaster'lardan bir tanesi. Kolay değil öyle bir rakibe karşı oynamak. Evet. Ama sonuçta finale gelmek, finalde oynamak bence büyük başarı.
Bilmiyorum da konuşamıyorum.
Tamam kardeşim, o zaman sen Türkçe olarak düşüncelerini söyle, ben İngilizceye çevireceğim. Alo.
Finalde oynadım 77. Hani gruplara 4. olarak girdim. Ama elemelere katılabildim. Hani bir de beklemiyordum. Avara çıktıktan sonra tükenmedim. Rakip sağlam olunca tabii ki oldu. Bir ara şeyden korktum. Çok kısa sürecek diye 8-10 olunca hiç değilse bir saatte tamamladık yayını.
Alo, Hakan, duyuyor musun bizi?
Alo, evet.
Bir daha söyler misin? Tam anlayamadım söylediğini. İnternetle ilgili sıkıntı oldu.
Anladım. Gruplarda 4. olmuştum. Avraya'da katılabilmiştim elemelere. Hatta kuralları bilmediğim için elendiğimi zannediyordum. Ondan sonra buralara kadar gelebilmek oradan 8-9 tane maç kazandım galiba. Güzel, mutluyum yani.
Tamam. Kardeşim tekrar katıldığın için teşekkür ederiz. Biz yayına devam edeceğiz. XG analizlerine bakacağız. Bu arada
Tamam.
2,5 yıllık bir oyuncu için fena bir PR'la oynamadın. İyi bir
Evet.
PR'la oynadın. 7 civarı
Daha
bir
iyi
şey oynadın.
olabilirdi.
Analizini yaptık. Şimdi YouTube üzerinden zaten Phil'le birlikte yorumlayacağız hamleleri.
iyi.
YouTube'dan şey yaparsan
İyi,
oradan da
izleyeceğim.
takip edebilirsin.
Ayrıca Hüseyin Bey'e teşekkür ediyorum. Hani bu organizasyonu yapan. Ayrıca size de bu güzel yayın için, emekleriniz için teşekkür etmek istiyorum.
Biz teşekkür ederiz. Sadece Phil'e bir sorayım bakayım. Sana bir sorusu var mı? Phil, do you have any question to Hakan?
Yes, Hakan, first of all, congratulations on playing very valiantly. I think you got very unlucky in the game where you lost an 8-cube. If that game had turned around, you could have easily been the champion. I congratulate you on getting to the finals and on playing very, very valiantly. I liked your play. I liked your aggressiveness, especially on the cube action in that game.
Okay, thank you and I'll translate it to him. Hakan şimdi Phil şey diyor, o 8'lik küp diyor tabii ki hani oyunun kilit noktasıydı ama diyor oyun tarzını çok beğendim diyor. Hani agresif oyun tarzını çok sevmiş. O yüzden seni tekrar tebrik ediyor katıldığın için de finale
Teşekkür
girdiğin için de.
ederim.
Biz de teşekkür ediyoruz. İnşallah önümüzdeki günlerde seninle tekrar görüşeceğiz kardeşim. Kendine iyi bak.
Görüşürüz. İyi akşamlar. Teşekkürler.
İyi akşamlar. Bye bye. Phil, I sent the email to you. Did you receive it?
I'll take a look right now.
Okay. While you checking it, I'll call Tony to talk to him.
Okay, I don't have the email yet. I'm waiting for it.
Just a second. Why it's not?
Got to travel a long way from Cyprus to Florida.
Yeah, I think it's a bad weather condition also.
COVID's slowing down our email. We're going to blame COVID for everything.
I had error on the email, so I'll resend it. And I will talk Tony.
The other game I'm very interested in is the blitzing game where Tony took and then rolled double fours. I wasn't sure about that take at that score. I'm sure Tony's right, and I really wanted to study that one to learn.
Yeah, we'll have nice actually moves and positions here to work on it.
For money, I agree with the take, but at that match score leading, I thought it was kind of risky, but we'll see. He thought a long time about it, so at least he wasn't completely sure either.
Yeah.
I will say this, both of them had a lot of time left on the clock at the end of the match, and I think they both could have taken much more time on a few of the tougher decisions, particularly on those big cubes. There's no reason not to use a lot of time on the clock in an important match. So I think that's an important lesson for everybody to have. Unless you're absolutely certain about a play and you've got lots of time, take your time.
Yeah. And that 8 point also give a big chance not to think to play 8 games because it was 8 point match, 8 point cube. By the way, Phil, I'm trying to send you the XG file, but there are some errors. I don't know the reason. Okay, let me...
pjsimborg@gmail.com.
Yeah, I have your email. Phil@sim.org, isn't it?
pjsimborg@gmail.com.
Okay then, just a second. So,
I'm sending you an email now so you have mine.
Yes, please. Actually, I have on WhatsApp. You send it to me, your email, so I can take it from WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay, then. Okay, pjsimborg@gmail.com. Okay, then. So I'm sending you xg. What's happened to your other email? You are using it also, or?
Yes, Phil@sim.org, phil@simb.org.
Okay, I
It's
sent
my
it
name.
again.
Yeah, they both work.
Okay, so I sent the email to you now. You will receive it in a few seconds. So I'm calling Tony, and while we prepare the XG, so we can make some interview with him.
Okay, I did get the email and I'm loading XG now.
Okay, so I'm calling Tony now.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Genghis, how are you?
Hi, Tony. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you very much.
Can you please a little bit louder, please?
Yes.
Okay, so congratulations again for your win. And we are here with Phil, that he joined us for the comments. I'll just directly transfer the conversation to Phil, what he gonna tell you and what he gonna ask you, okay?
Sure, yes.
Okay, Phil, do you hear him?
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Phil, how are you?
Wonderful. Great to see you in the finals. And I see I'm looking at XG right now, and you played very well. Not as good as you usually play, but you played at 4.23, which is world class and certainly something to be very proud of, especially when you had some very, very difficult decisions to make, especially in the cube in that 8th game. And you made several plays that I would not have made, and you were right, of course, because you're a better player than me, and I was very, very proud to be watching you play so well. So congratulations, you deserved the win. You played better. As a matter of fact, Extreme Gamer says your opponent was actually luckier than you were. He had a plus luck factor, not huge, but of 1.6. So when you beat somebody who plays with more luck, it shows that the skill is a big factor. By the way, his PR was 7.2, which is nothing to be embarrassed about at all. I'm sure once in a great while, even players of your level might play close to that. Not too often. I doubt if you played 7 very often, but 7's not terrible. It's a good open player level. I think the average open player probably plays worse than that on average. So I would congratulate him as well. Great match.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, he was, I think he was doing really well until he sent this too good cube, and after that he messed up a few cubes as well, and he made a couple of blunders. So, but he was really doing well. Yeah, congratulate him as well.
Yes, great match, great event. I want to look at the match where we had the 8 cube, because I really had some questions about it. Now, Genghis, can our viewers see XG?
Yes.
So let's go to game 6. This is the critical game where 8 points was won. So let's take a look at that game and just concentrate on the cube action for a second. If you go to the game and you look at the initial double, that was correct. It was right to double by a lot.
Phil, we are talking about the 6th game, yes?
We're talking about game 6 on move 2.
Okay.
After the blitz, it was a double to take. And by the way, I was wrong here. I wasn't sure I would have taken this cube. And I know Tony thought for quite a while before he took. Of course, he was rewarded by rolling a double four very quickly. But for money, I'm sure I doubled this, but I thought it was questionable. I thought you could get gammoned a lot, and sure enough, it shows XG shows 34% gammons. If I was Tony, I would have passed this, especially if I'm playing a worse player and not want to gamble. Tony, what were your thoughts when you took this cue?
Actually, my first instinct was a pass, but actually, he's after quickly checking his front position. He was just attacking with 9 checkers. His ace point was made. He still has 2 blots, 4 blots, too many blots. Even if he hits and close the blot, if I enter with a 2, he has the 4 and 5 open. Okay, this is a blitz position, but I guess it's too early to pass this kind of cube, actually.
Well, you turned out to be right, and you can see on the next roll, he rolled a great roll. He rolled a 6-3, which hit and covered. And as soon as he did that, I said, oh boy, Tony's in big trouble here. And then Tony rolls a double 4. So trouble gone. And he actually put Tony in a very strong position. According to XG, he's 43% to win the game, and has holding the cube. So that's a great position to be in. Double 4 helps a lot. Now let's scroll down to the re-cube to 4, and this is where Tony redoubled 4, and I immediately said, I don't like this redouble. I don't think Tony had a redouble, and I was right. This is your biggest blunder of the match. So, and you did this very quickly, Tony. I was surprised at this cue. Want to give us your comments?
I have no explanation. That was a rushed cube for sure that I usually do not do, but I was taken by the game scenario, and I was actually expecting a drop from him, so this is what pushed me to give this kind of cube. I knew it was a very easy take, but for some reason I was expecting a pass, and that was obviously a rushed cube. That's it.
Okay, I don't want to embarrass you by taking too long on a mistake, but the thing that really hit me was you doubled this fairly quickly. There wasn't a lot of time taken off the clock, and I was in shock. In fact, I worked with Kit Woolsey quite a bit in the past, and we came up with what we call reverse Woolsey's law, which says that if you get a cube and you're not sure it was a double, then for sure it's a take. So I don't think too many people are going to drop this cube, especially it's so volatile, and he knows what a great player you are. He's going to grab a cube like this. So let's not belabor this, but I happen to be right on this one that this was not a redouble. This really made the match exciting. Now we scroll down to move number 18, which I think is a very interesting position, and I really felt strongly and said that I thought Hakan should redouble here. It's only a small redouble. He missed it, but it wasn't a big redouble, not a big mistake at all. But I think it's a big mistake when you're playing Tony or somebody who's a grandmaster and a great player. I think this is exactly the kind of position where you want to gamble and redouble, and he should have. Only by a little bit. He waited a couple of rolls, finally did redouble to 8, and it wasn't a redouble. I like this redouble again against Tony, but you were rewarded. This is a huge, huge take. I think a lot of people might have passed this. Tony, what are your thoughts about this 8Q?
You mean when he doubled or the one he missed?
Well, I'm talking about when he redoubled to 8 and you took it. Of course, you're right to take it. It's a big, big take. But my question to you is, I don't think he was wrong to redouble here, especially since he's playing a grandmaster. I think it's a good double.
Yeah, for sure. I think I would have doubled, if I was playing in his place, I would have doubled this for sure.
Yeah, so Extreme Gammon says it's not a redouble, but only by 4% when I put it in plus. And when you're playing a great player, grandmaster, and you're not, I think this is absolutely right to double. Another reason I pointed out at the time because I'm sure you weren't happy to see an 8 cube here. Am I right about that?
Yeah, actually, I wasn't happy at all to see him cube this position because I was obliged. This is kind of a forced take. I cannot drop this cube, and I didn't want to go with a high cube against Hakan, but that's a forced take. I cannot drop. So.
Yeah, and by the way, this is one of the reasons why your 4 cube was bad, because it put you in the position.
Exactly. That's where I regret. That's where exactly why I regret my 4 cube actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, I can't tell you how many cubes I've given that I regret. So, is there any other cube action or play in the match that you'd like to review, that you'd like to look at, Tony?
Sorry, I didn't get you, Phil, this one.
Those are the main things. That game in those cube action was really the main thing that I really wanted to review. I've got nothing else to add at this point other than, again, to congratulate you and continue to be in all of your play. Here's a guy that plays his 4 PR with a huge blunder. I've seen Mochi do that too often. And so we all have our slips here and there. But you still prove to be an incredibly great player. You deserve the win, and I want to congratulate you again.
Thank you very much, Phil. Thank you for being there, and thank you for all what you're doing. Thanks.
Cengiz, anything to add?
Yes, Tony, congratulations again, brother, and hopefully we'll see you also in the UBC finals too. It will be so interesting to see you that you play there. Hopefully in next years we'll see you there too.
Hopefully, I can make it, yes, this year. I hope so.
Okay, brother. Congratulations again, and take care. We'll see you later, okay?
See you.
Get back to Turkey and Cyprus and Lebanon and see all you guys. Hopefully this year we'll be able to travel again.
Okay, Phil, don't close the stream, please. We'll keep talking with you for a few minutes more.
Okay.
Okay, now. So there is also one more moves when the score was 3 away, 8 away, then 11 away. Then Hakan used the cube, but just a second, where is it? It's here. Okay, in the game 7.
Yeah.
There was a cube over here.
Oh yes, I thought he should have doubled earlier.
Yes. And he missed the cube here.
Yeah, it was a big double on move 13, and I think I mentioned it at the time. It was also a smaller double that he missed on move 10.
Yeah.
But I thought, especially at this score, he should have been much more aggressive with the cube.
Yeah, I think so. When you are that behind, you have to play more aggressive about the cube. So, but Hakan is still a new player in international backgammon. And honestly, seeing him that he play about 7.2 PR is still okay for him. In next years, he will be better, I think.
Yeah, 7.2 is not bad at all. And by the way, when he did give the cube, it was from the bar. He needed a 1 to come in. I think this is great that he was smart enough to see this cube. I think a lot of people miss cubes, especially when they're on the bar. And this is a clear double. Because even if he doesn't come in, his opponent's very likely to crash.
Yeah. So let's see if
and the score is a big factor.
Mm-hmm. So I'll just check the session summary, and I'll also want to reflect it to the screen. Just a second. So this is important. I really like, the session summary to check game by game how they play. Just a second. I'll add it and match summary. Okay, I'll take it here and make it bigger. Yes. Do you see it also on your computer?
I'm looking at the match summary, yes.
Yeah. You know, actually, when we check it, you know, Tony played really impressive games here. Only in the sixth and second game he played advanced, but one expert and other players are totally a world champion, and it shows why he is grandmaster actually. So, okay, so it's here too. So as a last few words, what would you like to say about backgammon, or anything you want to say about it, about the backgammon, of course, maybe not just for the match, but in general?
In general, well, again, I have a Facebook page, and I've got 5,000 friends on it that are and other viewers, followers, and we talk about all kinds of backgammon things. So you might check me out on Facebook. I put positions up as well. But one of the recent discussions we had was about, with COVID, playing online, and how much I believe it's important to keep your game sharp by not looking at the pip count when you play online, and also using a clock when you can. So you can use a clock on Heroes, you can use a clock on Galaxy and other sites. I like GameSite as well as another place to play, Grid Gammon. So I recommend using a clock. I recommend not looking or taking off the pip count, and continue to play and organize your own. I've organized my own chouettes and tournaments with my friends to stay active during COVID for over the past couple of years. And the interesting thing about backgammon is COVID hasn't hurt our game overall. It's certainly, we can't play live, and it's hurt our live play. But I think more and more people have discovered backgammon online, and more people are studying the game. The Backgammon Learning Center, we have more students than ever. We've got 25 teachers, and we're all very busy with students. In fact, I'm even working on training some new teachers and expanding. And we're in 13 languages, and it's growing. The game is actually growing. I think we're seeing a big resurgence. I'm very supportive of all the federations around the world because we need those groups for organization, for standardization of rules and calendar, but also to help promote the game. We can't just rely on tournament directors. I love tournament directors. They do a great job. We desperately need them, but they're pretty much interested in promoting their tournaments and tournaments in general. We need to promote the game and make it more known worldwide, and I think our best chance for that is the federation. So I urge everybody to join their local backgammon federation and support it, become active, and help grow the game that way. That's it. And also, one more thing that I'm very passionate about for many years. Teach your kids to play backgammon. Teach any kids you can. It helps them learn math. It helps them deal with good and bad luck, which happens in life. It helps them understand probability, that they'll learn that if they have bad luck, it's not going to be that bad if they prepare properly for it. And that's what backgammon's all about. It gives great life lessons, and it's also a game they'll be able to play their entire life instead of picking up some kind of other games that in sports that they're going to be giving up later on. So I would encourage everybody to teach your kids and get them involved. I've taught my granddaughters to play, and I started out by teaching them just racing games and then moving on to more regular backgammon. So it's fun. It's a great way also to socialize. Your whole family, including the kids, can participate on an equal basis with the adults when they're playing across the board. That's it, and I want to thank you for inviting me to be the commentator in an exciting match, and look forward to doing more of it.
Actually, it's a pleasure for me to make comments with you, my hero, at the YouTube stream. It was great to have you here, and for sure we'll get in contact with you, and if you also feel free, we would like to have some comments again with you. And best of our luck, best wishes to you for your health and